Hey there, Gaming Warriors. Chief Rocky here with another episode of Empyrion Galactic Survival. I'm online with Spange.
How you doing?
We are in separate areas, though, building our own little things.
Yeah, we're not talking to each other at the moment.
Yeah, he doesn't like me right now, but that's not actually true. But so I'm gonna go ahead and start building. Spange might have a little conversation with me later, but it all depends on the moment. But yeah, so today we're gonna
What
go
are you
ahead.
building?
Oh, well, I was gonna hold that off of conversation, but so today we're gonna be building a SV. The whole thing of the tank that I built or brought in the last episode, and I mentioned how it was awkward of me putting my tanks in the Warthog. So I'm actually going to build the ship that I've been talking about for months. This amphibious assault ship, or I can't say assault ship because that would be actually against the rules of the server. So it's actually an assault utility craft. There, play of words.
I think at this stage it doesn't really matter. Call it whatever you want.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to name you that, and we're just going to accept it. Alright, guys, and this time I'm actually going to do something different. Instead of me doing a speed build, I'm going to take a book out of, a page out of the book of Spange. We're going to go ahead and just build and talk through it. Obviously, I'm not going to hold down the mic key because it would probably be annoying to Spange.
Oh, but then I don't know what you're talking about.
Alright, so most of this conversation will be held without me pressing on the mic, but Spange, please, if you have questions or you want to just chit-chat.
I will rudely interrupt you, don't worry about it.
Oh, I appreciate it. I love that part. Alright, guys, so I have already taken all this stuff down and put it on chart paper. So what we're going to do is we're going to start building this from here. This is actually really good. I actually mentioned this to Spange literally right before I made this video because I managed to both make the relic and the spider bite backwards. And he mentioned that it is actually really simple to work because it puts the actual cockpit here on it. So that's actually perfect. So, but instead of having that here, we want to go 22 blocks. So we'll put this block here. We'll go 20 in this direction. And yes, I'm going to count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll go in fours. There's 4. There's 8. There's 12. 16. There's 20. Alright, let's try to get this as straight as possible. If you guys notice, I'm actually using the shipyard that I brought in. You know? Wow, I'm actually utilizing something I built. Yeah, I brought it in for this purpose. So I'm actually kind of excited to actually use it this time around. Alright, so we want to go 21 in this direction to make it 22. So, 4. I don't know what just happened. I mentioned before how, things have started to slow down on the server. 8. It's 12. 16. 20. and 1. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now this is 8 blocks high. So what we'll do is we'll go 4 down and 4 up. So this is going to be the front. Now the front is going to be built a little differently. So we'll go to the back. And even the back's actually going to be built a little different. So this ship is actually a design that I used in Space Engineers called the Thunderous Might. Again, it's a ship that I named after a good friend of mine. There's 4 down. Consider this 4, 3. So that's basically going to be the height and the width of it. Okay, and we'll go across. The reason why I left this here is it actually kind of like I have a different type of curvature that comes up, and I'll show it to you here, guys, in a minute. Now this thing is, wow, 11 blocks wide. Let me double check that. Blocks wide. Again, so the Thunderous Might was a ship that I used in Space Engineers for bombarding planets. Okay, so we'll go 5 in each direction. Now, I don't know if this concept would be good in Empyrion, but it worked in Space Engineers. I mean, I'm pretty sure you can utilize it in this game. However, this server rules do not allow us to use CVs. Oh, my bad. I must have held that key down, huh?
Yeah, I heard half a word.
I was explaining to the viewers that what the Thunderous Might was. What I was talking to you about earlier. And how, actually, since I got your attention, I don't even know if it's actually feasible to do something like that. I know per the server rules, like it would be against the rules to use a CV as a bombardment ship.
You gotta remember that there's only certain weapon types that will fire within atmosphere from a CV. So I think just check. So rocket launchers only functional in space, pulse lasers are only functional in space. The only weapons you've got on a CV that actually fire in atmosphere are miniguns, cannons. I think that's it.
What about the hard-mounted weapons?
No, they only fire in space as well.
Really? Okay, so it's not practical in this game then.
Not even slightly.
Okay, and that's what I was trying to allude to, like if it was even practical or not. So, me actually building the way that I am is probably the best way. And basically, like what I'm doing is I'm not building a bombardment ship. I'm building a assault craft, more or less, not a actual dropship like everybody else is building. I'm building more of an assault craft, if that makes sense.
So I'm just checking the weapons here. Miniguns and cannon turrets do the same damage, right? Because the minigun will fire 8 damage at 600 rounds per minute, and the cannon turret does 16 damage at 300 rounds per minute. So they do the same amount of damage. You could build a CV with enough cannon turrets on the underbelly, or minigun turrets. It could do a lot of damage, but
yeah.
And the base that's firing back at you is using artillery, plasma rockets, and all sorts.
Oh yeah. No, believe me, I'm not trying to build a CV that's going to take down a base. It's I don't even. No. Building different style of a drop ship called where it basically could support its own landing zone. If you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, the Warthog could do that though. It's got the armor for it. It will take the hits, and then by the time you've landed, you can roll the tanks out, and they can shoot back.
True statement. True statement. However, this one is going to be designed to carry its equipment a little differently, though. You notice how I had the relic had the attachments at the top?
Yeah, the docking pads.
Yes, so they're gonna hang from the bottom of this. Makes sense?
Yeah.
So basically I could, if I didn't want to, secure a landing zone and land, we could actually just stop in an area and drop into action.
Yeah. So are you assuming that you'll have passengers in your ship as well?
Yes, no, it will require passengers.
Yeah, so as soon as you get close to the ground, the passengers jump up, board the tanks, and attach them straight away.
That's affirmative.
Hot drop.
Yes. So this ship is designed to actually not go into combat, but quickly release its payload and go. Well, I really messed that up. I was holding down the key, because I hold down control, and totally just made like a whole bunch of combat steel in a manner I didn't want. That's embarrassing, guys. I don't know about you, but I find building a little bit easier if I don't use symmetry mode automatically.
At the beginning, I find that when you're actually trying to figure out the shape of the vehicle that you're trying to build, that's better to have symmetry mode off. For me, at least, anyway.
Same here.
But once you figure out actually what you're building, I find I've got to turn it back on.
Yeah, thank God this design is pretty simple though. So. I'm quickly realizing a lot of my builds are not the most eloquently shaped, well thought of, like, oh, this thing is a Picasso flying with wings. It's more like, it's like a toy box with protrusions. I like it that way.
It's a rustic look.
Utilitarian. I like rustic. I'll keep that. Let's see here. Wow, that's off center. Did I mess this up? Something's not right. Do it. Empyrion's playing mind tricks on me. right. I am a cheap bastard. Alright, symmetry mode set up. You know, I rarely use symmetry mode, though, to be honest with you.
I use it all the time. Dude, I am building a tidal wall of defenses at the moment. This thing is going to be epic.
Nice. I say, let's, like, before the server goes down, let's just test the defenses. Attack it.
Oh, yeah. Take a couple of Crusaders, drop them from the faction, and then, yeah, ride up on the base and see how it handles.
Yes. Yes. Destruction. I'm very confused sometimes about how, like, the block placement happens.
Well, sometimes I get the feeling that it just makes it up as it goes along.
I was about to say the same thing. I'm about to say, like, I think the blocks actually have a brain, and they just say, no, I want to do this instead.
Oh yeah, the amount of arguments I've had with blocks. I think I am a crazy person.
They have people for that. Just saying.
Yeah. Probably for the best.
So what do I owe the pleasure to? I talk to blocks. Oh, really? What type of blocks? Well, I understand, because I'm about to talk to blocks, too.
Come on. You know.
Yeah, I'll be standing there right next to you. But the blocks, they just do what they want.
They don't obey. They don't obey. Soon the blocks will rule the world.
Yes, they will, though. They will. So how do you like to build your ships first? You like to build a skeleton, or you just like to go full out?
Depends on the size. If it's a big one, I do a skeleton. Because I've got no issues with a larger ship. I've got no issues about fitting everything that I want to fit on the inside.
Yeah.
But with a smaller ship, where I'm trying to make it compact, usually what I'll do is I'll build a box, a rectangle in the middle, and to fill it with all the internal stuff I need to fill it with, and make the inside of the ship before the outside of the ship. And then I know that I've got. Then I know what size it needs to be, basically.
Yeah, I do the same. For the larger ships, I build the outer skeleton, the exoskeleton, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, I think I figured it out. Blocks, I am your master. You will obey. Oh yeah. Control. Hold control. And then sometimes... Yep, got it. Yes. I have mastered you. I don't remember the ship looking like this at all. Alright, I have successfully built a flying coffin.
Sweet.
I call you the Gravedigger.
I call it the Undertaker.
Even better. No, man, to some people, this is the best they could do. This is called done. I remember taking apart a few ships and I was like, why did they build it? It's a flying phallus. Come play with me. No!
It's the easiest to design.
Yeah, it's on everybody's brain all the time.
I do want to build a decent looking Star Destroyer one day.
Yes. I think you were actually in TeamSpeak one day when I was going over some like blueprints on the or some of the items in Steam in the workshop, and I was utterly like unimpressed.
With me on TeamSpeak, or the things you were looking through in the workshop?
Well, I was not unimpressed with you in TeamSpeak. No, I mean that's always a pleasure, but I'm talking about like what was on the workshop. Like some people's builds, man. Like I don't know. Lucy kind of put it in a perspective I didn't think about, where a lot of people, they don't put their PvP builds in the workshop because they don't want their secrets revealed.
Oh yeah.
Now, I could understand that part because I did the same. But I think at the end of this season, I'll be publishing all of my works. Sound like a true professional. Why did it go into?
This is why I was initially hesitant to put Jizz's Liberator out with the link, but when he messaged me and said it was fine,
yeah.
But I was quite surprised that he was okay with it. Because in the video, obviously, I said it wasn't available.
User joined your channel.
Hola, user.
Zachary.
Long time no see.
Well, indeed. What do we owe?
Well, I just wanted to see how things were going over here in the wonderful world of EGS. How's life going?
Good, good. Reporting right now. Building a vessel, and he's building a base. How's things going for you?
Not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah, what are you playing at the moment, Zachary?
Well, 7 days. Running from zombies.
Nice. Well, I prefer shooting the zombies in the head rather than running from them. I'm far too lazy.
I'm still too much of a wimp. I only have a bow and arrow. Run quickly.
No, that's fair enough. Yeah, Empyrion's pretty slow going at the moment, if he's honest. But hopefully when the new server wipe comes along, we've got some new rules that addresses a lot of people's unhappiness, I think, with the previous one. Hopefully we'll get a lot of people come back.
Yeah.
I was just hearing about a bunch of things that come through with the newest patch set.
Oh yeah.
So I was thinking about jumping into a private game just to see what was going, so I'd have an idea whether to jump back in and at least throw my hat into for suggestions or whatever with the server.
Absolutely, yeah. Recommend it actually. Just give yourself that extra bit of warning about all the changes that they brought in, especially around early start. The early start now is super tough.
Yeah.
Good.
Going through the forums and take a look, see what the new rules are planning to do.
Yeah. There's a post on there, pinned post on there. Have a look through. If you got any ideas, suggestions, they're more than welcome.
Of course, and don't want to throw any suggestions out there until I actually look through and play and see what the new game system's going to be and the new games are like.
Yeah.
Don't want to throw stupid ideas out there without actually having been on the game in a while.
That's alright. Any stupid ideas, I'll be sure to shoot them down immediately.
Without hesitation.
Yeah.
In all seriousness,
any
suggestions are absolutely welcome.
He'll shoot them down and then dishonor you with rude comments.
How would that be any different than normal?
No! Why did it do that? Damn you, Empyrion building system. Okay, I'm quickly noticing that when I'm dismantling blocks, it does not dismantle on the other side.
Are you in creative?
No.
Well, there you can't do that. The symmetry mode won't remove blocks.
You bastard.
Unless you're in creative and you control right click. I think.
Yeah. It's either control or shift, I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember which one it is now. It's been a while.
I'm trying to do this the legit way on the server, you know?
Yeah, you can't do it unless you're in creative. Or you couldn't the last time I tried.
That's fine. I'll do it the hard way.
My
Reason number 2, I don't use symmetry mode.
A few minutes ago. 1 or 2.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said, mind you, that was a few minutes ago. 1 or 2. But last time I logged in.
Zachary, what faction were you in? Were you in the Freelancers?
Freelancers.
Be really keen to get your opinion on the Freelancer faction rules that I've written in there.
Yeah, it'd actually be pretty good. Good idea.
So what page is that on? Let me see. You're gonna make me pull up my freaking page. Community
Aw.
roles. Community.
You have to do work? Aw.
I'm making you read.
You're gonna make me put my old man eyes on.
Screw him in, nice and tight.
There's old.
Oh yeah, if it's got old in it, that's not the right one. It's further up near the top, the one you're looking for.
Uh-oh, running off.
I think it's EGS Alpha 7 server rules.
Alpha 7. Give me a minute, I'm old, it takes me forever to read anything.
Yeah, no rush.
Especially when the type's this small.
I would not like to face this wall of death. Oh boy.
I gotta take a look at that later.
Still planning on doing the spiral galaxy?
I don't know. The galaxy is more in Wolf's hands, to be honest. They have very little say over the design of that. But as I understand it, at the moment, the number of planets is going to be reduced. There's only going to be 1 or 2 Titan worlds in the middle. The home world, your moons, and everything else is just going to be asteroid fields. But it's going to be a similar sort of layout, I think.
Similar to the previous one, the 4 arms and the asteroid fields.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
Don't you agree with that? Please do not post on public forum. You have any bitches, air them out. Don't post them. Post it from.
Yeah, I mean, that's what it's about. Basically, give us an opportunity to address the issue before you go bitching.
Exactly. You got a bitch, bring it up. Talk to somebody about it. Post it. Post it. You can't take it back. It never goes away. Talk about it. Let them talk about it. Yeah, that's a good idea. After you talk about it, then post it.
Yeah, that's it. Basically,
don't just post it away.
Mm-hmm.
Once it's out there, it's out there. You can't
talk to me.
It back.
If I can't resolve your issue and you're still upset about it, then post it.
Exactly.
And I'll promptly delete the post.
Exactly.
No freedom of speech.
Give somebody a chance first. Don't just.
All right, Gaming Warrior. So we got pretty much the outline of the ship done. So we're gonna call this episode here, building the shell of the Thunderous Might. Had some good conversations with Spange, and then Zach popped in, and we discussed some things about the server and the future of the server. As I stated before, things have slowed down on the server. 7.0 came out, so they're working on the new one. We're kind of just messing around on the server, just building and enjoying the rest of the scenery of the server before it goes away, finishing up some of our builds and stuff. We're gonna try to get a couple events going on before the server actually comes down. But again, yeah, this is the Thunderous Might, and it's gonna be hopefully a unique take on how dropships are done. At least I'm hoping so. Alright guys. Chief Rocky,